Acres of Diamonds by Russell H. Conwell. Russell H. Conwell was a renowned American speaker and thinker. Although he has passed away, his ideas and passion have inspired thousands of people. Among all his speeches, the most outstanding and captivating one is the lecture on Acres of Diamonds. This lecture was held over 5,000 times, consistently drawing a growing audience. Conwell earned significant profits from each presentation. After deducting actual expenses, he would send the remaining balance to a young person in need, helping them smoothly complete their college education and pursue their aspirations. Conwell never expected any return for himself. The Acres of Diamonds lecture was highly popular wherever it went. Audiences seemed enchanted, eager to hear more. The book, The Rich Think Differently, is based on the content of Conwell's original lectures. In this book, you will discover the truths and meaning of wealth, the common mistakes people make in their pursuit of wealth. Let's explore the book together. The main part of the book is divided into 6 chapters, and the core ideas can be interpreted in 3 parts. The first part highlights the differences between wealthy and poor individuals. The second part emphasizes that your wealth is actually around you. The third part stresses that dreams without action will forever remain mere fantasies. Rich people and poor people differ in many ways, and one crucial distinction is their mindset. Faced with the same opportunities, wealthy individuals consistently demonstrate keen observational skills. They believe that people can create their own destinies. When opportunities arise, they maintain insight and seize the chance to create possibilities for success. In contrast, most poor people tend to focus on obstacles, often seeing everything as predestined. It is due to these different mindsets that the wealth they eventually acquire differs significantly. The author shares a story in the book about a poor unemployed man in the town of Excelsior in Massachusetts. He spent his days wandering around the house until one day his wife urged him to go out and find work. He went to the bay and sat on the shore, shaping a wet piece of wood into a wooden chain. That evening, his children clamored for it, so he made another one to quiet them. As he was crafting a second wooden chain, a neighbor walked in and said, "Why don't you make toys to sell? You can earn money this way." He replied, "But I don't know what to make." The neighbor suggested, "Why not ask your own children?" Even though the carpenter felt that his children were different from others, he followed the neighbor's advice and took action. His daughter told him she wanted a doll bed, a doll basin, a doll carriage, and a doll umbrella. So, he listed these items and began working. Using wood as the raw material, he crafted sturdy, unpainted wood toys, which later became famous worldwide. Eventually, he became one of the wealthiest individuals in old Massachusetts. Therefore, whether in business, career, or household management, regardless of how your life is or what you choose to do, you should focus on your opportunities. Always believe that you can control your own life. When you discover a good opportunity, understand people's true needs first, carefully consider, and invest your money in what truly needs your investment. This is the secret to success. Another significant difference between rich people and poor people is that wealthy individuals never stop learning, while poor people tend to do the opposite. Poor individuals often believe they already understand their lives well enough and that their circumstances cannot change. Consequently, they give up on learning and live each day passively. However, in places they cannot see, successful people are continually enriching themselves bit by bit to propel themselves further. There's a story of a poor child who started a business with just $1.50. In his first entrepreneurial venture, he suffered a loss of 87.5 cents. How did he lose this money? It was because he bought needles, threads, and buttons that people didn't need and tried to sell them. These items piled up, becoming pure losses. Learning from this failure, he no longer took impulsive actions. Instead, he went door to door, asking people what they truly needed. Upon understanding their needs, he invested the remaining 62.5 cents to provide the necessary goods, slowly building his wealth. He continuously learned from failures, extracting lessons and experiences to improve and go further. This constitutes the first major part of the book, the difference between rich people and poor people. Now, let's explore the second major part. Your wealth is actually around you. Some individuals always yearn for distant places, believing that only from afar can they attain the wealth and success they desire. There was a man named Ali Haft who, in pursuit of finding diamonds, sold his profitable farm, left his family, and traveled alone to the Moon Mountains in East Africa to search for diamonds. He later passed through Palestine, wandered into Europe, and ultimately spent all his money, becoming destitute. Standing on the Bay of Barcelona, Spain, on the brink of despair, Haft leaped into the waves, ending his own life. On the other side of the story, the person who bought Haft's farm, one day, while leading his camel to drink water from the garden, suddenly noticed a strange, dazzling light in the white sand of the stream. Intrigued, he picked up the stone and discovered it was a massive diamond. Soon after, he found more gems on his farm, making it the world's premier Golconda diamond mine. The largest Kohinoor diamond and the Orloff diamond, used in the crowns of the British and Russian kings, originated from this mine. While it may be unlikely for us to have such a diamond mine in our lives, we do possess many beneficial things and opportunities that we can make good use of. Unfortunately, people often overlook these readily available resources around them and continuously seek outside and afar. In reality, if you are willing to pause, focus on what you already have, and explore and dig deeper into them, you will discover that diamonds are actually around you. John Jacob Astor once obtained a hat store from a borrower who was unable to repay. The business of this store was very poor, and the hats sold previously didn't even cover the interest on the loan. After acquiring the store, Astor did not complain about the lack of customers. Instead, he always believed that there must be a way to turn the business around. Every day, he went to the park and sat on a bench, observing women passing by. Whenever he noticed a hat that attracted a lot of attention, he would ask the store clerk to make similar hats and display them in the showcase. Although not many people initially liked these hats, Astor used this method to showcase them in the store, creating a trend. He then invested his own money in producing these hats, eventually making a substantial profit. Their store later became the industry leader in New York. There are many examples like this, such as Madame Jacquard inventing the Jacquard loom, Madame Gribeauval inventing the embossing machine, and Elias Howe inventing the sewing machine. In West Virginia, a woman fixed many large scissors on the edge of a wooden board, allowing one side of each pair to move. She then wrapped metal wire around them. When she pulled the wire in one direction, the scissors closed. When pulled in the other direction, the scissors opened. This invention led to the creation of the harvesting machine. These individuals were adept at finding opportunities and inspiration from their surroundings, taking active action. Through their imaginative and creative methods, they generated a significant amount of wealth. They proved that we can succeed anywhere, and there are ample opportunities in any field, without the need to search far away. The problem for many poor people lies in their tendency to jump from one field to another when they encounter difficulties, thinking that if they are not doing well in one area, there are no opportunities. In reality, success can be achieved in any field, and wealth is often right around us. With this, the second major part of the book concludes, emphasizing the main point that one should not always blindly seek afar, as their wealth may be right around them. The third major part of the book emphasizes that dreams without action will forever remain mere fantasies. Conwell states, "Whatever you do, do it with all your heart and soul until it is thoroughly accomplished." The book shares a story where after attending one of Conwell's lectures, a lady returned home and, struggling to remove her collar, got her button stuck in the buttonhole. She exclaimed, "I'll make a better button than this." Her husband mocked her, saying, "You just heard Conwell tonight, why don't you go and invent a new button? You'll make a fortune immediately and get rich." Despite her husband's ridicule, the woman did not back down. Instead, she saw an opportunity and was determined to pursue it. She succeeded, becoming the inventor of the snap fastener, commonly known as the snap button. Originally, it was a fastener with a spring cap attached to the outside. Anyone who has worn waterproof clothing knows that this button only needs to be pressed together, and when undone, it can be easily pulled apart. Later, she invented several other types of buttons, made more investments, and went on to co-manage some large factories, becoming a truly wealthy individual. If she had been discouraged by her husband's mockery or failed to seize the opportunity, success would not have been possible. Unfortunately, many people, despite having dreams, are skilled at finding various excuses. Consequently, their dreams remain in the realm of fantasy, unrealized. Therefore, to create wealth, in addition to being adept at discovering opportunities and utilizing existing resources, one also needs unwavering and persistent action. Congratulations on completing another book. Keep it up.